Hello and welcome to another episode of the Operator's Notebook. This is where we think out loud about building businesses, um, leadership, and the invisible systems that shape our work and ourselves. And today I am filming something different. Um, I wanted to just come out here and rumble. I've noticed I have been inconsistent in how I am publishing on YouTube, and I wanted to talk to myself. So, this is a note to self, reflecting on what has led that to happen. And I have been auditing my workflow, and I've realized that I have been over preparing myself, and I have this tendency of um, wanting things to be perfect, which, as I understand now, it is not always a good thing. Because when we want to make sure that things are right and perfect, it's usually because, as I've come to learn and as I am doing my research, I've come to learn that is a sort of hiding. Um, and when I came across that, I was like, what am I hiding from? And to be honest, I thought about it for a bit. I actually slept on it. And yeah, I got my answer. It was just right there. I've not done this before, and it's sure not comfortable, but this is what we're doing now. And I have been struggling with getting myself to shoot. And yeah, for some reason, I'm not always happy with the output. I've, I've tons of videos where um, I've over optimized and wanted to sound a certain way. I, like over engineered the content, and it strips off anything that makes it unique. And I am changing that by, this is the first step, by um, you know, letting go of that control and preserving my perspective, my voice, and what makes um, what this channel should be. And yeah, so this is me unfiltered, and I'm just talking freely. I've not scripted this video, and I wanted to touch on a few things that I've identified on my workflow. Which one? By the way, just mentioned that. So, over preparation. I'm the kind of a person on the back end, and of course, it comes to the territory. In my line of work, I have to be very organized, and I have to make sure things are in the right places. I have to make sure that everything is brand aligned, everything has to sound a certain way. And it has become a blocker where it just doesn't sound like me when I watch my videos after editing, and I'm like, okay, this is not remotely like me. And so I am changing that by having this talking head and just reflecting. And if you are on the same journey at this stage where you're figuring out how to get over your cringe, I hope this video inspires you or gets to identify or takes you back to reflecting on why maybe you have a block on your end. It could be something totally different. I get it. And I'm not saying that this is whatever. Just take it however you're going to take it. But this are not to self. And yeah. So I'm getting myself comfortable before the camera, just sharing my thoughts, my point of view, and yeah, getting over that cringe. Trust me, has not been easy. For the last 3 months of content, it feels very inauthentic. I almost didn't want to do this anymore, but then I reminded myself why I am doing this in the first place, and yeah, I had to make some adjustments. So, welcome to the Operator's Notebook. This is where we think out loud about building, leadership, and the systems that shape our work and ourselves. And yeah, on my workflow, I have realized a flaw where I have to make sure that everything is planned out. Um, Learning that it doesn't have to always be like that. At this stage of the channel, as far as preparation is important, I have to be agile enough to adapt to, you know, things not being what I expect them to be at the right time. And that's okay too. And continuing with the momentum and not treating that as a reason why I shouldn't have my work out there. And so I am putting away that plan for now and being random as I navigate this phase where I am, getting comfortable in front of the camera and, figuring some things behind the scenes. And yeah. And so the other thing that I want to touch on is imposter syndrome. It's a very common thing. A lot of people experience that. It could be in your workplace. It could be that you just started a new role. It could be that um, maybe you are doing something new that you've not done before, or you have, but it's a new environment. These things happen, and they are very human. But I think it's fair to acknowledge that it's normal and it doesn't go away if you don't do something about it. And so it should not be a reason why you don't do the thing that you want to do. And so I've been experiencing a bit of that where I've been questioning myself a lot. When I think about sharing my perspective and putting myself out there, and there's this sort of a pseudo perception where, you know how like you watch content gurus, I'm sure you've come across the likes of Hamose, talking about how your brand should look like, how you should film. And interesting enough, on my FY, because it's something that I've been researching on a lot, my algorithm on all social platforms is just like a lot of that branding, and it's exhausting. And something interesting I've observed is it comes with some level of, not at level, like it's extreme doom scrolling, and you think, okay, I'm learning something. The next video, okay, that's a different person. He's a creative, or she's working on something, and she's also going through the same thing that I'm going through. And you think, okay, I've learned something too. And then 30 minutes later, maybe 10, 20 videos down, you're exhausted and drained. So that has been my experience for the last 1 month. And watching the videos and reflecting back on what did I learn exactly? I cannot say anything. And it just increases, intensifies the pressure of wanting to do or wanting to film or sound a certain type of way where okay, my hook has to be placed here, or I have to worry so much about my gear. Oh, my microphone is not loud enough, my lighting, all these things I have to worry about. But come to think of it, it doesn't necessarily have to be, you don't have to have the right gear when you begin. And that's what I'm navigating. And to be fair, it has derailed my workflow, and it causes me to want to wait until the right time comes. But also, I've learned that there's never the right time to start doing something. And so, um, yeah, I'm changing that. I'm going with what I have. I think you can see me clearly, and I think the audio is good enough. And yeah. So we're going on this journey to build this platform to be an engine and a community for business people, founders, creatives. If you're building something, be it a business, a community, or you're thinking about transitioning from your corporate career to the business side, or a creative, um, all these conversations, we have an amazing lineup of speakers that we will be doing deep dives on these conversations. And I hope you will be happy to come along with us as you get to learn something, get to be entertained, and also be inspired to do whatever you want to do. And so that is that. Yes, and the other thing has been, so I'm just looking on my notes here, and yeah, I wasn't, this video is not scripted, so my mind is, I'm currently experiencing cognitive overload, which happens a lot. But I say to myself, I'm not going to script this video. No, it's fine. I think that's the goal of this video was not to be performative at all. It gets on my nerves. Um, let's say when I'm filming and you miss a word, or you find that, oh, that point didn't come out as I wanted. And so you have to film again. Of course, it's very normal when you're filming, but mm, yeah, I don't wanna um worry so much about that. My focus is to get comfortable in front of the camera, get my word out there. Hope you guys get to join me for the ride, and let's have fun. So we'll be talking about a lot of business dynamics. What goes behind the scenes of running a successful business? What systems you need to have in place to run efficiently? How to identify bottlenecks within your business and get to hear how other business owners navigate challenges every day in their businesses and what is behind their success. So it's going to be a very captivating journey, and I hope this brings you some joy and inspiration. That said, if you find this kind of content resourceful for you, or if you know someone who would find this video interesting, please share, subscribe, comment, and like. This helps our channel to keep bringing you this kind of videos, and we will grow together. So, okay, bye.